To most, swimming is something you do at the beach or with your friends at the local pool. But to Kyle Dix, swimming is much more. Swimming is everything.
I started with summer swimming, and then I tried quitting. I wasn't that good. I didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't like being in the water all the time. One of the coaches told me that I was only not swimming because I didn't think that I could do it. And so that kind of gave me a kick in the butt. And at 10 years old, I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. And I've been swimming ever since.
Kyle grew into his athleticism quickly, becoming an overall all-star in every sport he played.
He's an unbelievable athletic talent. In the water, out of the water, and he can do anything.
I found that while I enjoyed playing land sports and stuff like that, I had a lot of fun doing that. I just excelled in the water and I ran with it.
He not only ran with it, he swam with it, becoming a 7-time All-American, 11-time PSAC All-Conference, holds 17 records and 4 PSAC championships.
I love winning. Majority of it is winning. I just like working hard with my teammates, my coaches, and trying to find that right formula that allows you to win.
With all his success, it is safe to say they found that formula. It felt as though nothing could knock Kyle from his podium.
The day before we were leaving for the NC2A championships in 16, he came in my office and said, I've done something to my shoulder. And I'm thinking, what could he possibly done? Because we didn't do anything strenuous. We were just getting ready for NC2As. So we sent him down and had him look at it, and they pretty much diagnosed right then and there that he had probably torn a labrum.
That was probably one of the most devastating times in my life. It got to the point where I wasn't able to lift a remote by my side. I mean, I knew I couldn't live with that for the rest of my life.
So he went home and had an MRI done on that shoulder, and they diagnosed a torn labrum. And then he asked to have his original shoulder looked at, and he had a torn labrum there too.
With 2 torn labrums, Kyle needed to have 2 labrum repair surgeries, which would take him out of the 2017-2018 season.
It was a really dark time. I couldn't compete, which was the one thing that I loved to do. I couldn't, be in the pool with my brothers. I remembered relying a lot on my family and my friends and my coaches. They helped me through that because I don't think I could have done that alone.
And he wouldn't do it alone. With the help of friends, family, and coaches, he was on his road to recovery.
I wanted to make them proud, and they had my back the entire time. And if I ever got soft on them, they would remind me, they're like, Kyle, man up, you gotta get through this. And I knew they were right. I had told them I'm gonna be back and I'm gonna be better than ever.
Better than ever. After months of strenuous rehabilitation on his shoulders, he was ready to show off his new shoulders and begin racing again.
We knew something was going to happen because he was not released to swim full stroke, full rotation until January of last year. He swam 5 weeks, and he decided he wanted to rest with the rest of the team and come to the PSAC meet as a helper. But we told him, you're going to rest, and then we're going to wait until everybody leaves the pool, and then we're going to stand you up, and we're going to swim. We're going to see where you're at.
I just remember being on top of the block and just thinking to myself, I have nothing to lose.
So 5 of the team members sitting around watches everything. Kyle gets up all by himself. There's nobody in the place but just his team and us, and he goes 19.9. Okay, it's his lifetime fastest time ever.
That's been my goal ever since I started swimming the 50 free, was to go 19. I always thought that was so cool, and I never knew if it was possible. These last couple of years in college with the great coaching and atmosphere, it's been becoming more and more clear that that was definitely a possibility. And getting the 2 shoulder surgeries really, put a damper on that. I didn't know if I would ever be able to get back to where I was.
Kyle came back, and then some, with his shoulders healthier than ever. The sky is the limit, with a bright future ahead of him.
there was a lot of times during my process where I didn't think that I was gonna, I didn't know if I was gonna get back at all, rather than better than before. And when I swam that race, I just remember being like overcome by like all my emotions, like I did it, like I'm back.
I'm back. Those two words bring excitement to his teammates and fear to his competition. Years of training and months of strenuous rehabilitation, Kyle can say he is back and better than ever. Soon, better than everyone.